I'm very excited about this lesson because we're going to start learning how to use the VIM text editor, which is really one of my favorite tools to use in Linux. So if I want to create a new file, and I'm here in the code directory, so if I type ls, you can see I don't have any files, I just have directories. But if I want to create one and I want to call it Vim demo, I can say Vim and then the name of the file, and I'll use the markdown syntax. If you've never seen a .md file, what a MD file stands for is markdown. Markdown is a very, very simple language that allows you to easily style websites that have the ability to render markdown. If you're familiar with the GitHub system, this is how all of the readmes are actually written. Very helpful tool, and it's something that I write in on a daily basis. And one of the nice things that Vim does is for languages that it knows, it'll actually give you syntax highlighting. So I'm going to type Vim space and then the name of the file, and this is going to open the file up. Now if I just start typing here, it's not going to instantly let me edit the file, and the reason is because right now we're in command mode. So all it's going to do is it's going to take in whatever the commands are, and it's going to treat those as like what I'm trying to do instead of typing in the items I actually want to type in. Now if I want to switch, I can switch into the insert mode by pressing the letter I. And if you look on the bottom left hand side, now we are in insert mode, and now I can start typing things in. So I could say this is my heading, give a few spaces, and I could do some bullet points. Bullet, and then we could do bullet 2. And if I hit escape, you can see I'm now taken out of insert mode. Now a really cool thing that you can do in Vim is copy and paste entire lines. And to do that, you press the character Y twice, and then to paste, you can just hit the letter P. And as you can see right there, that worked and it created that for me. Now I could do it again and again and again, and it's going to create each one of those for me by, this is kind of the way that it works with copy and paste. Your normal ways of doing Command C and Command V, that does not work in the traditional Vim environment. Instead, you want to use commands like this. Now that's how you can get in, and how you can get into insert mode. Now let's say that I want to actually navigate here. I can skip to every single word by pressing the W. So when I'm pressing the W, I'm skipping to each word. Now if I want to skip, say that I had a sentence, so let me actually put a sentence here. And another thing, a very cool way that you can get in insert mode on a new line is by pressing the letter O. So if I press O right now, I'm in insert mode, but I'm in it in another line. Now if I hit escape and come back up to where I was and press capital O or Shift O, then it places me in insert mode but one line above it. So that's a helpful tool. So now I'm going to say the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. And now to get back all the way to the front of the line, I can type the letter 0 in, and that takes me to the very front. Now to get to the very end, I can type in the $sign, and that takes me to the end. Now a couple other cool things. I'm still in command mode. Now what would happen if I wanted to start inserting items all the way to the left? I can do that by saying Shift I. And now you can see that I've switched back to the front of the line, and I'm also in insert mode, and I could add anything that I want. So that's pretty cool. Now the other thing, say that you want to start adding more content to the end of the sentence, and so you want to not just skip ahead the way our $sign works, but you also want to skip ahead and be in insert mode. To do that, I can hit Shift A, and as you can see, I'm now in insert mode, and I can put in another sentence here. Let's if I press hit escape and come back to with 0, now I'm good to go. Now if I'm hitting W right here, I'm able to skip ahead to each one of the words, and if I hit B, I'm jumping all the way back. So these are some kind of cool ways of navigating. Now if I want to get to the top of the file, I can hit GG, and that takes me to the top of the file. Now if I want to get to the bottom, I can hit Shift G, and that takes me to the bottom. Now when you're in command mode, another very helpful thing is to be able to go straight to a line. So if I hit colon and then type in 3 and hit return, you can see that this navigates me right to line number 3. So this is an important reason why you want to have your page numbers or your line numbers turned on, because this gives you the ability to quickly navigate line by line to wherever you want to go in a file. Now another thing that's really neat is the ability to jump up by a few words. So if I skip down to the bottom and I want to jump to a few words ahead, I could do something like typing in 5W, and this takes me to the 5th word, which is jumped. And if you may have guessed, say that I do 3B, this is going to jump me back 3 words. Remember, it counts this word right here as 1. So 3B takes me to the brown fox. So those are just some nice shortcuts, especially for developers. One thing that I found is one of the hardest things in learning Vim is that you're so used to taking your mouse and navigating to a certain spot, and that may seem like it's the most intuitive thing for you to do because it's what you've done for the very longest. However, by leveraging some of these tools, I think you'll see the more practice you get at it, the better that you'll become, and it actually becomes a much more intuitive process to be able to simply have the keywords memorized. So that is how you can navigate through the system. Now in the next demo, I'm going to go much deeper into how we can perform edits by doing things like undo and being able to change an entire word or entire sentence all at the same time, things like that.